Alright, I'm in Toulouse and Mississauga, and not really finding too much. $4 for all the games. But I haven't been out in a while, actually, in this area anyways. Just kind of been busy the last week, and I don't know, just been kind of, like I said, busy. So I haven't been out. Not finding too much here though, it's just sports games. Sports games seem to be $3 while everything else is $4. I got Metal Gear Solid 4 here for $10. It's brand new and sealed, but it's probably not even worth that. It's Tetris DX on the Game Boy, $4. 75% off all red tag stickers today. So not really sure what I'm going to pick up, but I did find this, which is Need for Speed Underground 2. Be $1 after everything's said and done. Nothing over here. I think all the games have already been picked through, from what I can see. These are all $1 a piece. Tony Hawk for some reason, $6. So I've been caught twice filming in these thrift stores in the past 4 days. And the very first guy was really cool about it. He saw me filming something in the showcase and came up to me and goes, "Oh, is it that interesting you have to film it?" And I said, "Well, you know, I'm just making a video for a friend and seeing if he wants anything." He said, "Oh, okay, that's okay." The second guy just happened today. I kind of saw him going from one side of me to the other, kind of trying to see what I'm doing. Because I'm just looking at the games and I'm kind of filming it, right? And, you know, he goes, "Excuse me." And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Why are you filming in the store?" I said, "Well," I gave him the exact same story I gave the other guy. Filming it for a friend, blah, blah, blah. He goes, "Well, we don't allow pictures in the store." I said, "Well, I'm not taking pictures," which is technically the truth. And then he said, "Oh, okay then." And he kind of followed me around the store the rest of the time I was there. So I left pretty quickly and, you know, just had enough of that. I was done looking anyways, so those are the joys of thrift store hunting, at least when you're filming it. Here's a little tip for you guys. Check everywhere. I mean, I'm looking here right now at the kind of, I don't know, knickknacks and silverware and shit like that. But if you look here, there's actually a Wii wheel here for $4, and I actually also found this. Super Mario Brothers Deluxe and Kim Possible for $4. So, yeah, take a look everywhere. Got a bunch of PC games here today, and a few PS2. They're all pretty, I think they're $7, $8 a piece. That's about it, really. Found this here, actually. This is brand new. I'm a sucker for World War II games. But, I don't know. Company Heroes is a good game, so is Brothers in Arms. I gotta be losing my touch, right? Because I've been doing these videos for a few months now. I think I started back in October, and I haven't been called out once for filming in a thrift store. And in this past week alone, I've been called out twice. Like I said, the first guy was really nice about it. The second guy was a total prick. So anyways, I'm not going to stop doing it because really I don't care. And we'll just see what happens, I guess, right? So anyways, let's get into the finds of the week here. And the very first two here are Need for Speed Underground and Gran Turismo 3. Got these at a Goodwill, and they were doing 75% off that day, and they're each $4, so 75% off 4 is $1 a piece. That's the only reason I picked them up, and they are in good shape, so I'm probably going to check the conditions of my discs and then probably swap them out if these are in better shape. Next I went to a Talese, and I actually picked these up kind of by mistake. And I'll tell you the story behind it. Basically, I got to Talese about 5 minutes after this other guy got there. And this other guy already had 4 games in his hand. And I was just curious as to what he was holding. So I kind of stuck around and waited for him to cash out. And they keep the games right by the cashier. So I was kind of browsing the games, and I picked up God of War. And I was just taking my time waiting for him to cash out, so I just picked up these two. And as he was cashing out, I was looking over to see what he had. There wasn't anything spectacular. From what I saw, it was like Sly 3, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and then I didn't get a really good look at the last two. So anyways, I went up to the cashier afterwards, and I had the 3 games in my hand, and like I said, I only wanted to pick up God of War. But for some reason, I asked her, do you mind if I open up the bags and take a look at the discs? And she said, okay, fine. And for some reason, I opened up these two first. I have no idea why, but the discs were okay, and I just kind of put them aside. And she looked at me while I was looking at the God of War one, and she said, "Oh, are you going to be taking these two?" Not even thinking about it, I said, "Yeah, I'm going to take them." And then I opened the God of War one, the one I wanted, and the disc was scratched to hell. Well, by that time, she had already rung it through, and I didn't want to tell her, I changed my mind on these and seemed like a total prick, but I just ended up paying for them, and these were $2 a piece, so I'm pretty sure I can get my $4 back with these 2 games. Next, I went to a Value Village and picked up Rush for Berlin on the PC. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I'm a really big fan of World War II games. And this is just another one in the World War II genre of games. It looks like a real-time strategy game, so I'll give it a go and see how it is. And this one is actually a factory sealed, so that's another plus. So for $4, not going to complain about that. Then I went back to the Talese and found Super Mario Deluxe and Kim Possible in the knick-knack section. And when I brought it up to the cashier, I kind of told her, "Oh, I found this in the knick-knack section." And she said, "Oh, probably someone was just hiding them and waiting for a half-price day." So I don't know why they do that. I mean, $4 for 2 games, not too bad, especially if one's a Mario game. But people do what they do, right? Next, I picked up from a Goodwill Tetris DX for the Game Boy Color, and that was $4. And I have no idea why I picked this up. I just did, so I don't have a story behind it. And the last 2 games here I picked up. Well, actually, the one on the left is Banjo-Kazooie, and the story behind this is a buddy of mine and I went to a local game store that we go to at least once a week. So we know the owners and we know all the employees, and they always cut us breaks when they can. So we were kind of looking around, and I spotted a bunch of N64 boxed games. And in my area, I mean, it's really hard to find these. So I'm sure it's the same in your area probably. But the 2 games I initially saw were Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. And as you see, I don't have Banjo-Tooie, so I didn't pick that one up. My buddy didn't have Banjo-Tooie or Banjo-Kazooie. And I know he's been looking for it for a while, but we worked out kind of a, I don't know, some kind of deal where, you know, I would take the box and manual for Banjo-Kazooie, he can have the game, and then he'd also buy Banjo-Tooie, which was also complete in box. So he paid, I think he paid $55 for Banjo-Tooie complete in box and Banjo-Kazooie game only, cart only. And then I ended up paying $10 for the Banjo-Kazooie box and manual. And I already have the game, so I just put the game in there. And now I have it complete. While we were walking out of the store, he actually ran into a coworker of his, and they started talking, and you know, it ended up being quite a while that they were talking. So I just started surfing the internet, and I ended up looking up this other game that they had complete in box at the same store, and it's Space Station Silicon Valley. And I have absolutely no idea about this game. I never heard of it before, but I was just looking at reviews, and the reviews it was getting were very positive. So I went back into that game store, and you know, I went up to the owner, and you know, he just told him, you know, I want to buy this game as well, and he said okay, and bought it for 25 bucks. So I really hope this is a good game, because I usually don't spend that much on a game, especially an N64 game, because I'm not a huge N64 fan. So I will say though that when I buy boxes from these guys, it's got to be in really good shape. It doesn't have to be in mint condition, but it has to be in good shape. And this one here, the Banjo-Kazooie, actually still has the hang tab. And the only little flaw with it is that little nick right there. So the Space Station Silicon Valley is near, I would say, very good shape. There's not really any, you know, major damage to it, and there's no creases or anything like that. So that's the only reason why I picked that one up. And anyways, those are the finds of the week. Thrift stores are still pretty dry around here, and I'm sure they are where you are as well, unless you're in Tucson. But anyways, until next time, take care.